you ever been lying in bed at like 3 a.m. and you have an idea that seems really good at the time, but is actually a really terrible idea? Well, that's how this video came to be. Today I'm going to be trying to accomplish as much as I can in the Minecraft survival world in 25 days, which should be interesting considering that I'm not that good at Minecraft. Day 1, I started this world and found myself in what I called the Leap of Faith biome. I got some lumber and crafted some tools, then I went off exploring. I found a small cove in which monsters couldn't have spawned, so I took their souls. Or rather, for lack thereof. I then took a huge leap of faith. Nice. I then used a bone that I had gotten from a skeleton back there to tame a wolf. Spoiler alert, he does not make it to the end of the series. So, yeah. I then went off exploring a bit more. I found an enderman and proceeded to kill it. I didn't get an ender pearl though, so that sucks I guess. And that's when it began to turn night. I smelted the food that I had in my inventory and set off from the deadly biome. After a bit of exploring, I started mining down to get some iron. And then... Ooh, iron. I need that. Give me that. I used my newfound riches to craft some iron gear, then set off exploring some more. Day 2, I made a commitment that I would kill any sheep I found. I continued exploring and found a nice little cubby hole in a mountain. I marked the coords and set off to a nearby mountain where I found a cave. I grabbed some water and jumped down into the depths. After nearly dying, I made a bed and set my spawn just in case. After I was able to remember how to breathe, I replaced my bed and went to sleep. Day 3, I decided to explore this cave that I had found. After me and my wolf nearly had our souls taken multiple times, we managed to get out of the cave with some iron and even 4 diamonds. Day 4, I mined out of the cave and went for a joy run, murdering some livestock. Must die. The sheep must die. I will kill the sheep. Hallelujah. I then ran right back into the cave. Why would I do that after spending multiple days in that cave? Well, I think my past self explains best. Well, now that that's done, we can use our wood. And now, my friends, we have the diamond pick. But now we can go and we can grab us some obsidian, which we can use to build a nether portal. That's right, we needed to get obsidian. I then did the painstaking task of mining it. After leaving the cave and murdering some zombies, I tried to get a good night's sleep, but a dang spider was determined to annoy me, much like me and my siblings. As my loving dog chased away other mobs from interrupting my rest, I slept. Day 5, I set off to an area I lovingly call my future base. But after my game crashed, I spawned back in the cave where I was the previous day. But after getting another full night of sleep, I set off to an area I lovingly call my future base. Wait, why does that sound so familiar? I'm gonna skip all the weird stuff that happened because my game crashed and skip to the important stuff. Mining dirt. I cleared out a section for a small base and I had a really good idea for one too. After I got bored from doing that, I decided to go ahead and build another portal. Well, after jumping into the Deathlands, I found myself in a soul sand valley. Well, that's just great, isn't it? I went back to Overworld and I got to work on building the base. Anything, as long as I don't have to go to the nether. I started a very live tree farm near my future base, and as it turned night, I lit up the area with torches. That night I went out and murdered some crazy men so I could steal their bones. Oh gosh, saying that out loud, I don't know how I feel about that. Day 6, I dragged myself to mine some trees as I had exhausted my supply of wood for my base. I finished the main floor of the house and got to work on the walls. I did some experimenting with the front of the house, but I could never get anything I liked out of the design, so I mined some wood and oh gosh, that's great. Now I have to stare at an angry demon for the rest of my life. I experimented with the front, but in the end, the building just looked ugly. To keep my mind off the house, I murdered some livestock, and apparently the zombies didn't like that much. After the zombies retreated, I finished the job. Oh my gosh, you guys do not give up, do you? Day 7, I got some materials and dove into the Deathlands. That means nether for you homies at home. After jumping through the soul sand, I found myself in a biome that I hate more than the fact that only 1% of you guys are subscribed. So make sure, if you want to, that is, no pressure, to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future content. Anyway, after murdering multiple nether slimes, the day ended. After passing some drugs on day 8, I continued my expedition in the nether. Then I got hot tourist destinations, because I am a hot tourist. Let's find out. Ooh, nice. I've all 5. Wow. After traveling, and even more traveling, I found another fortress. Oh wow. Okay, there we go. Let's go. I built up and immediately nearly died. this was gonna be hard. I paused the game to collect my non-existent brain, so I think I'm gonna die, and then went back to the game at a very, very low health. Day 9, I nearly died right off the bat, as is normal for me at this point. I worked on killing some blazes, and while I certainly had some armor, it didn't stop the mobs, because I did eventually die anyways. Holy crap. That makes me mad. Well, that's great, isn't it? I responded, got some basic stuff, and just mined wood. I then got to work on... I mean, what's even the point anymore? You know what? Let's just leave. Yeah, it's over. We're leaving this dump. Why are we leaving? Well, I had an idea. And you know, I do kind of have a goal, maybe. Something that I'd like to do, and whether or not I'm able to, we'll have to see. Really want to find a deep dark, or better yet, an ancient city. That is something that would be super dope. Well, I decided to jump into a mountain. Exploring a cave. Oh. I was right when I said that having a water bucket could be potentially a health hazard. Ooh. Okay. We did it? Oh my gosh. Well, isn't that just dandy? I was able to make it back, but good job, Owen. This time I actually survived. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Day 10 I nearly died as usual, but I did find a zombie spawner that had some really cool stuff in it. Day 11, after I explored the cave some more, I mined my way out of the cave with quite a few diamonds and iron. I mined out and actually found myself right outside a village. Because I didn't want to do the villaging trading hall thing with the series, I instead became a serial killer. I stole all of the village's food. And got some more armor so the villagers could do even less to stop me. And so I went around murdering the people. After I murdered each villager, I made sure to honor them by stealing all their stuff. I mean, I'm not a monster or anything. I made sure to take out the village protectors so the villagers couldn't put up the fight. After some zombies ambushed my efforts, I sought refuge in a villager home. Day 12, I continued murdering some of the locals. I lead a fun life. I ventured around looking for caves and anything cool that I could find. At day 13, I continued adventuring. Here's a short 15-second montage of me doing that, because there isn't one good YouTube video out there that doesn't have at least one montage in it. Then actually found something pretty cool. I found a spawner that was exposed in the side of a mountain, so I turned it into a mob farm, and decided that this would be my new base. Day 14, I started the day with a bunch of skeletons, a sleep-deprived madman, and a dream. I did some work on my mob farm and explored this new area around my base. Oh yeah, I also killed some cows, but I did make a mistake. See, with my new farm, I made the stupid decision to AFK. The problem is that this year is here to see how far I can get into Minecraft in only 25 days. So what am I doing about it? I'm counting these days that I AFK'd for. Now, long did I AFK for? Well, I AFK'd until about day 17. So, let's skip to then. Day 17, I did some mining down and I found a cave, so I decided to explore it. I found some obsidian and decided to mine it. You might see why pretty soon. Day 18, I got out of that cave that I found yesterday, and I apparently had some people waiting for me. Okay. I also built another portal, though. Wait, just a second. A couple of days ago, I said that I wanted to find an ancient city. So why am I building another portal then? Well, I'd had a change of heart. I said in footage in an earlier time that I'd already been in the game before, but hadn't really checked out the ancient city that much. But since I had a base and didn't want to travel too much, I just decided to go ahead and beat the game anyways. But I had to be quick, as I only had 7 days to do this. So I set out to the nether. When I went in the nether, I was greeted with a pleasant surprise. I forgot that I had a waypoint mod enabled when I died and lost all my stuff a couple days ago, and this mod made a waypoint where I died. So I made my way to the nether fortress. Day 19, I ventured through my least favorite place in all Minecraft. Gosh, what I do for the viewers. I have found the Nether Fortress and where I died the previous time, and to my surprise, my stuff was still there. After killing plenty of blazes, I made my way to the overworld. Day 20, I made my way back from the Nether with a hefty sum of blaze rods, and now with the blaze rods in hand, I made my way to the overworld and continued my plan to beat the Ender Dragon. The next thing I needed to do was to get Ender Pearls, so I built a large tower because mobs are more likely to spawn if you're higher up, and turned on hitboxes and looked for Endermen. Then I found one. I looked at it, but there was one problem. Yeah, it was raining, and now because Endermen get damaged when they touch water, it eventually died because of the rain, and I couldn't find out where it died. Well, that kinda sucks. During the nighttime, I looked for more Endermen. Day 21, I tried killing Endermen. Yep, this is basically all I did that day. Day 22, I woke up with no stuff. Why? Well, that's just because I'm stupider than a zombie. After multiple deaths, I managed to get my stuff back, and I used the one Ender Pearl that I had gotten thus far to make an Eye of Ender. I used the Pearl and went adventuring trying to find a stronghold. After it broke, I made my way back home and killed some mobs, and got killed by mobs. Gosh, it's just embarrassing at this point. Day 23, okay, I'm running short on time here. I gotta get Ender Pearls and kill the Ender Dragon in only 3 days. I killed mobs until my sword was nearly broken, so that was fun. Day 24, time is running out, guys. We gotta beat the Ender Dragon as quickly as we can, guys. Come on! I decided to take the small amounts of pearls that I got and try my best to find a stronghold. I then found a fish zombie throwing pitchforks at me. Okay, in my defense, it's not the weirdest thing I've ever said. Oh gosh, that can't be good. I made my way back and got my stuff, and then I made my way home because I didn't have any Eyes of Ender left. Day 25. This is it. The final day. This makes me so emotional. Today I didn't do anything special because, well, I have to confess something to you guys. This video was originally called 30 days, but I didn't have enough time to record it, so in reality, I just played this day out normally. However, at the end of the day, I did see something interesting. I saw my nether portal, except it wasn't normal looking. It was green. And against my better judgment, I jumped into it. Crap. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.